Well, I told my wife, I says, a long time ago, I says, I want to work out, I says, because of my grandchildren. I says, I want to stay alive. I says, I don't want my grandchildren to look at a photo album 20 years from now, and they say, who's that handsome old man in the photo album? And they say, that's your grandfather. I'd rather they say, do you remember when Grandpa took us fishing? And he was so happy when we caught our first fish?
They're not the rich and famous. Their profit comes not from the thing they sell, but the good they do. Our nation has more than 1.5 million nonprofits that employ 1 out of 10 Americans, providing services that otherwise go unfulfilled, keeping our community connected when all else fails. But nonprofits often lack the tools to properly promote themselves, to inspire more donors and volunteers and clients to their cause. That's where I come in. I've been in the nonprofit world for nearly 20 years. I connect nonprofits with marketing professionals who donate their time and expertise so that, at the end of the day, these life-giving organizations can do more, do better, by creating more, that's right, buzz. You may be wondering why I'm hitting golf balls in a cattle field. As much as anything, this symbolizes the nonprofit we're featuring on today's episode of Buzz. It's a nonprofit, really an entire community that has done more with the assets it has at hand than just about any place I know to create something truly remarkable. This has been my home for nearly 25 years. A community collectively known as Eastern Montgomery County, Virginia, comprising the villages of Shawsville and Elliston, about halfway between Roanoke and Blacksburg. It's a place of incredible natural beauty, scenic mountains and valleys, with extreme poverty and historically a lack of services. I say historically because over the last 20 years there's been one organization that has taken up the task of providing those services. It's the nonprofit that gave me my start, Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation. But Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation has a marketing problem today because of all they've accomplished. So many of their programs go by different names and logos that folks don't recognize who created them, not to mention the added confusion arising from a controversial project that cuts right through Eastern Montgomery County, the Mountain Valley Pipeline. To help Mountain Valley with its branding problem, I invited back to Buzz our friends from Wordsprint, Bill Gilmer, Heather Alderman, and Chris DiOrio, who appeared on Buzz in August 2020 to help Roanoke's Mill Mountain Zoo. I told them about Dr. George R. Smith, Jr., the founder of Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation. Dr. Smith first came to Eastern Montgomery County in 1955 to create the region's first medical clinic in a house known as Meadowbrook. He later built a nursing home on the site bearing the same name. I explained to Bill that after the nursing home closed in 2000, Dr. Smith led Mountain Valley in an effort to repurpose it, working with Montgomery County to create in one wing the Meadowbrook Public Library. It was for this project the foundation held its first of many unique golf tournaments, the Meadowbrook Open, held on the cattle farm of our former state senator, Madison Marie. The foundation later renovated the rest of Meadowbrook into the Waldron Wellness Center, Meadowbrook Museum, and a community center named in honor of Dr. Smith. I shared with Wordsprint Mountain Valley's other ventures, the free community newspaper called The Link Letter, the creation of the Eastmont Tomato Festival. I took them to Eastern Montgomery County's old fire station, which Mountain Valley acquired in 2011 to transform into a food pantry and thrift store. And on to the local middle school, whose surplus athletic complex was taken over by the foundation in 2014 to create Old Town Fields, with a monthly concert series and other community events. And with this introduction, it was time to introduce the folks from Wordsprint to the board of Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation. Bill and team from Wordsprint, I want to thank you guys so much for your willingness to come back onto the show and help out another great nonprofit, and that is the Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation here in Eastern Montgomery County, Virginia.
In all honesty, for several years now, we have touched on changing the name. It just seemed so generic to come up with Mountain and Valley, and we are, but we're, so there's a lot of places around here. Then more recently, Mountain Valley Pipeline is coming really right through our county, the eastern part of the county, and we had a lot of protesters, and we didn't want to really change because of that, but because we felt like we were here first. But the longer it's gone on, the more we've thought, well, maybe we do need to have something that's a little more geographical for us. And our really hard thing is getting the word out of who we are and what we do. So this seems like the perfect opportunity to talk to you all and to get you to help us.
I think what we're trying to convey is, connection. To me, that's like the key thing that Mountain Valley does, is provide connection and community. It's about improving the community, but that's also about making a place for connections through the concerts, the link letter, the community wellness, through the Waldron Wellness Center. And I'm not really, I think what we've struggled with is how we convey that message to people. It's really amazing how the resources have been secured to do all the projects that we've ended up doing. So it's I think that's pretty amazing also.
I would like to say that when Michael first gave us an overview of what you guys have done, I think all three of us were, in shock and awe of how much you've done with, relatively speaking, not a huge population base. You guys have really rocked. So, we're impressed.
Yeah, we know.
While Wordsprint got to work on Mountain Valley's rebranding, I got to work meeting some folks benefiting from Mountain Valley's mission.
My name is Barney Vishnesky.
My name is Kathleen McGovern.
My name is Javar Robinson.
Kate Stewart.
I came to this area for college, and I've been here ever since.
I've been in Shawsville since 1964. Well, I'm from Pennsylvania, and then I got a scholarship to Virginia Tech to play football. After that, I was drafted by the New York Giants. I was cut, picked up by Green Bay Packers, was there for 5 weeks, and cut again. Went back to Pennsylvania and worked with my father for a couple of years, and came back to Tech to finish. After I finished, I took a job in Shawsville as a teacher, and I've been here ever since.
I came up here about 6 years ago. I spent 11 years and 4 months in the Marine Corps. I drove trucks, motor T. Moved to Hillsville at first, and then shortly after moved to Shawsville, Virginia.
I've been in Shawsville all my life.
Well, I told my wife, I said a long time ago, I said, I want to work out, I says, because of my grandchildren. I says, I want to stay alive. I says, I don't want my grandchildren to look at a photo album 20 years from now, and they say, who's that handsome old man in the photo album? And they say, that's your grandfather. I'd rather they say, do you remember when Grandpa took us fishing? And he was so happy when we caught our first fish.
And so when you don't have children in the school system, you don't get to know people. So when this opened, I got to know all these people from Elliston, Shawsville, Oronto, Glenver, all over. So it's truly a community center, as well as a gym, library, etc.
Being in the Marine Corps and being fitness has been a part of my life since I was 7, Little League football on up. So when I actually found this place, it was heaven sent, if you will.
10 years ago, I started coming here and then became an instructor, 8 years ago. And then 5 years ago, really kind of put everything into being active and taking a different approach to it and really trying to expand my fitness.
I was 290 pounds, and I lost 40 pounds in a year's time. And I think that's helped me survive for the last 20 years.
I have frequently described it as a jewel or a gem. It's been great for me as well as the community.
The gym is very similar to life, because no matter how much harder it is, you got to keep pushing through it. No matter what trials and tribulations, no matter how heavy that set is, you learn more about yourself by pushing through it. It's amazing. I think without this place, it wouldn't be much else here.
I think it's a gathering place for the people. This is my community, yes.
Here is home to me, and I want to do everything I can to keep the fitness center going and just give back what I can to it.
The Community Center at Meadowbrook provides the only local venue for families to hold a large event.
My name is Deborah Kittinger. I've lived in this area all of my life, in Ellet Valley the majority of it. Was born in Meredith, married a Kittinger a little over 44 years ago. We both come from sizable families. And we love the center down here.
Wow. So
So finding a space to have any kind of family function is a challenge.
Any kind. I mean, my brothers and sisters, by the time you add all of their families, it's usually 75 to 100 people. But we need a lot of space. Then every Christmas Eve, just like Mama did, we have a big get-together. That's where there's usually 75 to 100 people. And we have a blast. My family, we like to pick and carry on and goof off with each other. No, we've just got a lot of good memories from down here. A lot of good memories.
Just down the road in Shawsville is Old Town Fields, one of the only venues in Virginia that figured out a way to safely stage a concert during COVID-19.
Yeah, Mountain Valley has really made a difference in the community here. With the dance floor, with the stage, they've booked some fantastic bands in here, and we're bringing people in from Roanoke, Benton, Rocky Mount, everywhere to come and hear them. So Mountain Valley's done a wonderful job.
When I was growing up here, if it wasn't football season, you have a big crowd for those. Then you'd have your big lull. You might have the 4th of July. Other than that, there wasn't a real need or excuse to get a big bunch of people together. So this is nice because you have a lot of people who have never really been to Shawsville before. We have the beautiful mountains and the beautiful valley. We have just several people who are so good at what they do. With like Jimmy Williams, we gave him the stage and said, Jimmy, go ahead with it, and he just ran with it. And the fields, Casey Underwood is just a magician. This is everything he does. So it's one of those, you don't have to hover him. He knows exactly what to do. Like the field's marked out better than any sort of committee could design. That he just sort of takes over, you show up and go, wow, he did a really good job.
And further down the road, the old Elliston Fire Station, now the Eastmont Thrift Store and Food Pantry, provides food for more than 100 families a month, and a purpose for the volunteers serving there.
I'm Joyce Kelly. I work with the Dale's Place Food Pantry, sponsored by the Shawsville Lay Ministerial Association and then sponsored by the Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation. I've been working with the food pantry now for almost 7 years. Each month we serve anywhere from 110 to 140. Everything that we say and all that we are, be pleasing in your sight, for we ask it in your holy name. Amen. Amen. My husband passed away in October 27th of 2013. That'll be 7 years in a few minutes, in a few days. On Sunday, after we had his service on Saturday, I went to church. And I didn't sit in my regular place, I sat in another place. It happened to be behind Vicki and David, who were running this place. And they said they needed help. They announced that they needed help at the food pantry. And so I volunteered. But at that point, because he had passed away, we'd been married like 66 years, and I had to make a life without him, And anybody who's been through this knows exactly what I'm talking about. I could have sat at home on my sofa and watched The Days of Our Lives or whatever, but inside I couldn't do that. And I really had to find a way to help people, because we had supported this financially as long as he was living. But after he passed away, then I knew that I had to do something else, and this filled that void in my life.
Well, guys, thank you all for taking the time to want to come down and take a tour of all that Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation has done here in eastern Montgomery County. We've had a meeting virtually with the board, and now you've taken a tour. What are your thoughts?
We do need an overarching brand, though. There are too many names. I mean, good names, but we need... You got
Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation, you got Old Town Fields, you've got Eastmont Thrift Store.
The example, I remember Heather and I were talking about this at one point, that comes to mind, and this is a totally different industry, but FedEx. You have the FedEx Freight, you have FedEx Ground, you have FedEx Expedited, you have FedEx Overnight. It's all the same logo, right, different colors and a different tagline.
Oh, okay.
So, something like that could work here. Step one's going to be the name. We really need to work on that overarching name, and that's where we need to talk to the board and other stakeholders and start taking notes and doing our little
hearing their catchphrases, what they think,
analysis of word counts.
Right.
I kind of like your idea with the different colors for each thing, but
a common theme being the name, an image, what?
Maybe so.
Right.
FedEx does it with the block of the letters and the name FedEx.
Right.
I mean, you recognize FedEx no matter which color it is. You drive down, you're probably not even aware of all those different varieties. You just look at the truck and you see FedEx, you think it's the same as the last one you saw, but it's really not.
Like Google Business.
Like Google, they change it.
Google Store, Google Reviews, Google, Mail, Google, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, Google has a multi-million-dollar advertising budget that can drive.
Well, that's why we brought y'all in, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of makeovers, this seemed as good a time as any to start work on my own. Back here at Waldron, Kate, thanks so much for taking the time to walk us through what it's like having a group exercise program here in the midst of COVID-19.
So we just started putting back our classes a few months ago. Every spot has to be 10 feet apart, and we're limited to 8 people in class. There's no sharing of equipment. We try to have as much airflow as possible, clean everything up after you're done, and exercise, expose the room, I guess, as much as we can. So.
All right, well, very good. Well, I guess while I'm here, I should probably take advantage of maybe a group exercise class myself. I've got this kind of middle-aged dad bod going here. I've had 3 kids, of course, so I have an excuse, but my wife looks fantastic. Meanwhile, I could use just a little sculpting. Think you could help me out with that?
Well, you know, one of the unique parts of being here in this facility is that we serve a small area, and we can kind of tailor our workouts to what our members want. So if you're going to come take class, I think we can make that happen.
All right, let's give it a try.
All right.
Cool.
Get more, Michael, before the pain starts.
This isn't too bad. No. Okay. These weights are kind of in the way. Are we going to be using these or something?
In a minute.
This is way too much coordination.
3, we're going to squat right here. Squat.
Oh. What?
Front.
Front.
There you
Which
go.
leg?
Opposite.
Okay.
Warm-up's good.
That was the warm-up?
That was the warm-up.
Oh my God, are you serious? How long?
15.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Uh-huh. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I think I preferred the ballet.
Working on your core.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to work.
That's true. I think I'll keep my dad bod. I've already done this a few times. Why is this still necessary?
Because you got to sculpt. You got to build those muscles. Halfway.
Isn't there like a pill I could take?
No. It's a lifestyle, Michael.
It's a lifestyle, yeah. I think I'm appreciating my former lifestyle.
Long arms.
Okay. Oh.
There you go.
What the hell were we doing?
30 seconds this time. Not faster.
Halfway? Oh my God. Halfway?
Curls for the girls, Michael.
What?
Curls for the girls.
Curls for the girls. Girls can come do their own freaking curls as far as I can.
Got the 80 for you.
Oh, it's not just in case. It's a definite.
Happy start into class.
Oh. This is the most ridiculous exercise.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's walk the parking lot. Up and back, pull it down.
We walking in the morning for an hour.
I think I'm okay with this. We are thrilled to be able to show you guys what all Wordsprint has done for Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation today.
We're more excited, Michael. They've been just wonderful, and so we're going to just see what happens.
Let's do
right?
it. Let's do it. All right, after you.
All right.
Everybody, welcome. We're very excited to show you guys what all Wordsprint has been working on over the last several weeks. It's really exciting for me to be able to be back here with Mountain Valley Charitable Foundation since you guys were gracious enough to give me my start in the nonprofit world almost 20 years ago. I'm really excited that we're here at the Dr. George Smith Community Center because I feel his presence here since he started this so many years ago. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the fine folks from Wordsprint. Let them take it away.
The first one here has got a lot of the very first elements we talked about. The name Eastmont kept coming up. That was top of the list. You know, we kind of counted each time somebody said something as far as that went, and Eastmont rose to the top. You guys wanted to connect the communities, connect the people together.
So we talked about with the different colors that each color could represent a different entity that you guys are a part of. The Waldron Wellness Center the Eastmont Thrift Shop, Old Town Fields, the Meadowbrook Community Center, and I made it the purple because I feel like it was the center. Last you got the link letter, and I placed the different colors on that just because it's all of those in one. So
I think you remember on those Zoom calls, we were all not looking at you, we were looking down. It's because we were scribbling down everything you said. We come back and we count words. We actually do a data analysis of what words are mentioned most and in what context and what importance they're given by the speaker, and we create this calculus. Michael's seen us do this before. And that's where the names Meadowbrook, Community, Connect, Eastmont rose to the top as being the key words that seem to resonate the most with you.
So one thing that obviously that you guys have invested in over the last couple of years have been some big banners that goes at here and at the thrift shop and at the Old Town Fields. Well, we reached out to Impact Graphics, the company that created those banners for you guys, and they plus an anonymous donor are going to provide all new banners for whatever branding you guys decide to move forward with.
That's
so
amazing, isn't it? Just
I'll
amazing.
hand that to you as well.
Oh, wow.
Also part of the package, after final decisions are made on colors and logo and taglines and messaging, new website. This would be one website that would have separate pages for each distinct entity. So it'd all be branded to one site, a single URL, a new URL. I think we checked and eastmontconnect.org is available. So some of the others might be too. We just haven't checked yet.
This is Christmas.
So the website.
This is Christmas, Bill. Thank you. Thank you.
And then finally, again, once all the branding's settled on, we're offering to redesign the link letter with this new branding, provide you with new templates for future use so that all of that is coordinated and harmonizes with your new look, your new logo, your new website.
Oh,
so all that's in the package.
Oh, my. I know. Just can't thank you enough. And Heather, Chris, it's just been great. It really has.
A rebranding project alone for any organization is a process that usually takes months, if not a year, and costs thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. Not to mention a new website, not to mention, the signage and everything that they have packaged together for us. So, I would like to offer up one more round of applause for these guys because it's been exceptional. Thank you all.
Thank you. So we did the easy part. It's up to you guys to do the hard part now. Make some decisions.
It's pretty cool how they've done it.
The color coordinating of the things, the different phases of what we have with the thrift store, and using the color. And I can just visualize shirts with that on it, and then it says Waldron Wellness, it says thrift store, and then we're just color coordinated for that. So I love, and you really listened to us. It's just amazing what you've come up with.
Funding for this episode of Buzz is made possible by the Virginia Film Office. Virginia is for film lovers. Partners in Financial Planning, a Southwest Virginia-based financial management firm. Partnersinfinancialplanning.com. Branch Builds, an employee-owned construction management firm in Virginia and North Carolina. branchbuilds.com. With additional support by the American Advertising Federation of Roanoke.